now that I've responded to the boy, we're gonna actually start the podcast. Okay. Lights, camera, action. Actually, no. I gotta start on my phone too. We're gonna get out of Snapchat so I'm not distracted by men. Okay. Lights, camera, action. And welcome back to Little Miss 20 something with yours truly, your host, Caitlin Sully. It's great to be back, guys. I'm really trying to get back on posting consistently, so I think this is going to go up this Wednesday, which I think was the 17th, because I think today's the 15th, because I got paid today. Welcome back. I'm going to try posting every 2 weeks at the minimum, if not once a week. I'm also going to try and get back into posting on YouTube. I definitely have some plans for posting more. I'm not going to get into details yet. Also, I know I said merch was coming out in February. Kind of lied about that. My bad. Things have been crazy. But I'm in the process of making the prototypes. I think I'll have the prototype finished for my next episode. I just need to use Michaela's iron because we don't have an iron at our house because we lost it when we moved houses. So that's exciting. Merch coming soon. The first merch to come out will be a collab with Kendall. So it'll be like a Caitlin Kendall collab kind of merch, and it'll say chronically single. We're thinking like these pink tanks with like little kind of ruffles along, I keep whacking my mic, along the cleavage, I guess, along the straps, along the edges. There we go. But today's episode, we're going to be going over, I don't think this is going to be a more visual episode for our YouTube watchers. So if you are listening on Spotify and you're able to switch over to YouTube, I would recommend that. But today we are doing celebrity crushes that would make my coworkers question my taste in men. Some of these I've already discussed with my coworkers, and they already do question my taste in men. So I thought this would be a fun little video. At the end, I'll go over like the past couple weeks, what I've been up to. But I thought this would be like a fun little way to start. Okay, starting with number 1, Timothée Chalamet, aka Wonka. He's in Dune. I think he's a cutie. I think he's still dating Kylie Kardashian at the moment. There's rumors that they're pregnant, which I feel like I just don't believe it. But that would be number 1. These are not in order by like who I'm most attracted to. Just wanted to emphasize that because I would say the last person on this list is number 1. Okay. Number 2, Sal Vulcano from Impractical Jokers. This is more of a personality-based person I'm attracted to. I think he is a cutie patootie though. I think he's hilarious. He's my favorite out of all the Impractical Jokers. I also just think like if I was his age, I would go for it if I ever met him. But Sal Vulcano is another one. Moving on to the next. This was arguably the most questionable celebrity crush that made my coworkers question my taste in men at work. Peter Dinklage. I think he's really hot. Yes, he is a midget, small person. I don't know what the politically correct term for that is, but who cares? He is sexy, especially his role in The Hunger Games. I also think he's kind of hot in Game of Thrones, but I didn't really finish that show. The amount of ancestry in that kind of got to me and kind of put me off. It is one of Amber's favorite TV shows, though, so I probably will finish it in the near future once I'm done with Brooklyn Nine-Nine, because I'm rewatching that at the moment. On to the next, Miles Teller. I think this man is gorgeous. He is one of my top celebrity crushes. I fell back in love with him all over again after watching Top Gun. Also, his wife, Kaylee Teller, she is stunning, gorgeous, genuinely one of the most pretty women I've ever seen in my life. Like, they're such a hot couple. Like, gorgeous. Like, they just look so good next to each other. They seem like they have such good chemistry. Love that for her. And I love how she posts TikToks to like let all the fans keep up with the lore. I just, such a slay of her. But yeah, loved him in Footloose, loved him in everything he's done. Loved him in that movie with Jonah Hill that is slipping my mind right now, where they went through the desert and picked up the guns and then saw illegal activity. I don't know. I'm kind of rambling at this point. It is 1 a.m. currently, so I'm just getting a little tired. But Miles Teller, my coworkers really did not think he was cute, especially in Top Gun with the mustache. I honestly hate mustaches, but I thought he personally ate it up. So I guess maybe I should move um, the camera closer so I can see my presentation better. So, uno momento to the audio listeners. Oh man, kind of a mess right now, guys. I think I got a little sick over the weekend, which is unfortunate. Okay, that's a lot better, I think. I'll just put it on my lap. Okay. Um, moving on. Pete Davidson. I feel like he's an obvious one for the girlies. The tattoos, the comedic relief. Like, we love a good ugly hot person. Like, that's someone that looks like they're like dying a little bit, but like they're not, but it's in like a hot way. And I mean, clearly he's got something going for him. He pulls all the women. Got Ari, got Kim K. Now he's got Madeline Klein. And honestly, I think she's my favorite girlfriend of his. Like, I just think they're such a slay as a couple. I mean, I feel like it doesn't get enough publicity. I really like them as a couple. I think they're a good couple. I think they're still dating. Next, Andy Samberg. Like I said, I'm currently rewatching Brooklyn Nine-Nine at the moment, and I was re-reminded how beautiful that man is. He kind of gives like average Joe, but like in a hot way, like your hot work crush. I mean, I don't have a hot work crush because I work with all women, and they're slays, but like just not my energy. Also, just as someone in HR, like don't date a coworker, don't like a coworker. But that's the energy he gives. He gives hot work crush. Obviously, he is the hot work crush in Brooklyn Nine-Nine. If you've seen it, there's like it. Brooklyn Nine-Nine very much gives like The Office if it was in a police station, I feel like. But love Andy Samberg. He's hilarious. I kind of love, he's got that like childish charm to him, and I think that's why I like him, because I'm such a sucker for like the childish puppy love, like charm to a man. Next. Why is the photo not working? That's sad. I don't know what happened. None of my photo. Okay, so most of them are working, just a few of them aren't. Okay. Unfortunately, this photo isn't working. It's John Cena. I feel like that's obvious reasons. The man is like 45 and still jacked and beautiful. I mean, that man is sculpted like a Greek god. Also, I'm now realizing I forgot to add The Rock to that list. However, I think The Rock would be a lot less controversial. Where my coworkers were surprised with this one was the fact that he is like 45, 50 years old, and I'm the ripe age of 22. Um, but nonetheless, the man is sculpted like a Greek god and is beautiful and funny and loves to give back to the community and help people. And I don't know, I feel like I'm always seeing like some video about how he's helping people, and I feel like The Rock's the same way. So I love that. The next is Shane Gillis. The photo for this is also not loading, so I'm just gonna paste in photos right here where my hand is. If you're on the YouTube, if you're listening audio, you can just look all these people up. Shane Gillis is a comedian. I first discovered him through Joe Rogan. Also, should have added Joe Rogan to this. Goodness, I really missed a couple good ones. I missed my baldies. Yeah, I'm kind of a sucker for an older baldy. Like, I don't think I would date a bald man, but like, God, if I had the chance to date. Well, Shane Gillis isn't bald. Joe Rogan is, and The Rock is bald. But Shane Gillis is funny. He's got like that charm, got a great smile. I don't know. He also looks like a really good hugger. I just get good vibes from him. I feel like it'd be a good time. Theo Vaughn, the photo's also not loading. I feel like most people know what he looks like. He gives like hot hillbilly that got famous and kind of had like a little bit of a glow up. And I don't mean that in like a mean way. Like, I was really not cute in high school. Well, I wasn't awful in high school, but definitely not cute in middle school. Um, but yeah, Theo Vaughn's hilarious. Love his podcasts. Just such a funny dude. So that's why Theo made it on here. I didn't even bother showing this man to my coworkers because I feel like they're not into that like country southern. Goodness, I'm really losing my voice. Country southern kind of guys. And they would have just immediately, yeah, had a lot of thoughts. Moving on to the next one. Dylan Minetti, aka, I don't remember his name in 13 Reasons Why, but he was in 13 Reasons Why. He's also in The Wallows, which is so exciting because I think I'm going to see him in concert with Aubrey this summer, which would be awesome. He's just gorgeous. He's a great singer. Lately, I've been a sucker for like artists. I don't know if I talked about this in my last podcast, but the last guy I dated was a artist. He played guitar. He just dropped an album. But yeah, I did talk about him in the last episode with Michaela because we covered why I ended things, aka the double date he didn't pay on after he won a bunch of money in a lawsuit, which is just L for him. But I feel like Dylan Minetti would pay. He seems super respectful. I just saw a video. There's like this TikToker, I forget what his name is, but he does these like funny singing videos to celebs where he sings them their song, and like they just, it's like their raw reactions, and he just seems so sweet and nice and down to earth. Definitely big celeb crush on him. Plus, he definitely ate it up in 13 Reasons Why. Next, Matt Lillard. I do realize he is 50, but the man has aged like fine wine and is still gorgeous. The photo I have here is a photo of him when he was like 20s, but just him in the Scream movies. Oh, gorgeous. Great actor. He played Shaggy in the live action Scooby Doo movies. He's a beautiful man. He's funny. He seems really nice. I really want to meet him at a Comic Con because I heard he goes to those and does meet and greets. But yeah, love him. He's gorgeous. He gives like grungy hot, like in a rock band, like, I don't know, just like kind of like the dick that you're like attracted to because it's got that like be mean to me chemistry where you guys kind of like bicker, but it's like cute. I don't know, maybe I'm a freak. Next. Hayden Christensen, aka Anakin Skywalker. I don't know if I've talked about this before, but growing up, I was a huge Star Wars nerd. Me and all my little friends I was in Girl Scouts with. We had like a nature group. We were kind of odd girls, like looking back at it. We like named all the trees and like plants and would talk to them. And like when we were going in for recess, we'd give them all hugs. But we were also into Star Wars, and obviously, he celeb crush. He also aged great. Like the man still looks like he's like 30 and he's like 50, which is crazy. Um, I think he just made an appearance at the Sears Tower. Is that the tower in Chicago? I don't know. I'm drawing a blank. It's 1 in the morning. But yeah, he's an obvious crush. And fun little story. One time, we had a sleepover at my friend Aditi's house, and we were watching Star Wars. And this girl in our friend group, uh, I'm not gonna name her name, but this girl in our friend group at the time decided to just start making out with the TV whenever Anakin came on. And then she just kind of dipped, and we had to like wash down the TV because her mom got really mad, obviously, because like fourth grader or fifth grader made out with the TV. I don't even think I knew what making out meant at the time. I don't know. Maybe I did. I don't know. I was a very innocent child. Anyways, I'm going to take a brief, super quick break to take a drink of water because I'm massively dehydrated. Okay, much better. Moving on. This would be Juan 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 Phoenix. I think that's how you say his name, aka the Joker in the newest Joker series with Lady Gaga. I think the man's gorgeous in like a freaky, scary, like he might murder me way, you know? And I feel like does this scream you should see somebody for me a little bit. But on that note, I say I already am seeing somebody. Um, but he's a great actor. He seems really down to earth and super nice. Also, he's just gorgeous in the Joker. I think he's such a good actor. Next, Dom Gabriel. I think he's the only TikToker I have on here. He's like a TikToker, but then he went on Perfect Match of the Netflix series and had a little fling with Francesca, then had a fling with this other girl who's I'm blanking at the moment, but she's also gorgeous. I don't know. He's just so feminine and like confident in his manliness. It's just so attractive. And I love his tattoos. I just think he's a beautiful man. And he seems like such a beautiful, warm, kind soul. And he's really funny. I like watching his content on TikTok. It's hilarious. Next, Rami Malek. I first fell in love with him when I watched Night at the Museum and he played like the mummy that came to life. And then like he was wrapped in the mummy costume and everyone was like scared of him. And then he finally like unwrapped himself and he's like this gorgeous god of a man, like not actual god obviously, but like the man is built like a Greek god. Just that perfect, beautiful olive skin, great smile. He's also just a great actor. He's in like a lot of stuff, but love him. I don't think my coworkers would think he's attractive though. Robert Irwin, I think all of my coworkers would be like, Caitlin, he's too young. I can't even say anything. To that, I don't have a rebuttal. I just he looks like a cutie. He seems nice. He gives like good hugger energy. Him and his girlfriend are really cute. I follow him on Instagram. But also I just love how he like works with animals. Like I feel like any guy that works with animals just usually they got like a good heart. And just knowing who his dad is, like such a slay. Next, Tom Holland. I feel like this is quite obvious. I feel like a lot of people don't like short kings, but I'm a short queen. I'm 5'2 3/4". I round up to 5'3". I think he's like 5'8" or something, which isn't that short. Maybe he's like 5'6". I don't know. But I mean, come on, ladies. He pulled Zendaya. He he could pull me, but I don't want him to because I want him and Zendaya to stay together forever. I think they're such a cute couple, and I totally ship it. I want them to get married and have babies. I think their children would be so beautiful. Excuse me. Next, uh, Jacob Elordi. A lot of I really thought like he was gonna be like an easy, yeah, he's hot for some of my coworkers and just people in general. And some people just don't. And sorry for the sniffling as well. But uh, I think he's just absolutely gorgeous. I mean, first of all, he's like 6'6", gorgeous in Elvis, gorgeous in Saltburn, gorgeous in Kissing Booth, even though he hated that role. Um, but honestly, Saltburn really put me on with eyebrow piercings. Never would I have ever thought I'd be like, dang, I just want to date someone with an eyebrow piercing. He got me on that. And that's why I picked the photo of him with his eyebrow piercing and Saltburn. I think he looks so hot with it. Next, Zach Bryan. He's a musician. I love his music, love his tattoos, love him and Brianna Chicken Fry. They're such a cute couple. I love hearing their like whole story. Um, but he is also just gorgeous. And again, I feel like I'm in my musician era. But also, I feel like that tends to not work out for a lot of girls. So maybe I'll be coming out of that. Uno momento, I need more water. Okay, moving on from Zach Bryan, we have Benson Boone, another musician. I did not realize how many musicians I put in here, but new and upcoming. First discovered him on TikTok, then he went on American Idol, and now his music's just blowing up all over the place. And he's like on tour. He just came to Michigan. I unfortunately missed him due to the largely expensive price of his concert tickets. They were like $200, and that was just not in my budget. But I think he's beautiful. Not normally into mustaches. That is why I used a photo of him without a stash. However, I think of all the guys I've seen with mustaches that are my age, he's one of the few that kind of pulls it off. He rocks it. He's also just a beautiful man, seems super down to earth. I just watched a video today of him like jumping into the crowd at his concert because like a fan had like a medical emergency and he was just trying to give her water and it seemed super nice. Next, uh, Milo Manahim. I don't know how to say his last name. I haven't really watched any of his stuff, but I see him all over my TikTok and gave him a follow on Instagram so I can enjoy that aestheticness of him more too and consume more content. But I just think he's so attractive. I don't know. He just gives like really sexy, like I'd run into you at a grocery store and I'd want to hit on you. Like I'd stop you in an aisle of a grocery store because you're hot. Next, we have Scott Peterson. He plays Luke in Gilmore Girls. If you've watched it, I feel like he just gives, I don't even know how to explain this one. I feel like the girls that get it will get it, and the ones that don't really just really won't. But also, Dean is really hot in Gilmore Girls. I think that's his name. But I didn't put him in because I feel like he's just hot and no one would question that. Next. We obviously have Paul Wesley and Ian Somerhalder. I feel like they do get a lot of attention, but you can never give them enough. And I love their bromance. They seem like such good friends. And yeah, they're just two gorgeous, 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 beautiful men that are really blessing us all with their looks and funny wits and really funny Instagram and TikTok interactions. Ian just posts like a photo of Paul to this like song where you're supposed to post your girlfriend to it typically. It's just really funny and I loved it. They're just beautiful and funny and sexy. Next. So apparently this photo isn't loading either, which is really sad because it was a great photo of Ross Lynch. I feel like since he has left Disney Channel, he doesn't get enough appreciation. So I obviously had to put him in here. I think I'm gonna add photos of everyone, but enlarge them because you can't see my computer super well for the YouTube watchers, listeners, tune-inners. Brandon Flynn, another person from 13 Reasons Why. I just think he's gorgeous too. I did also love his his acting in 13 Reasons Why. Oh, if you've seen it, I like I don't cry when I'm watching TV and movies. Sobbed. Spoiler alert, he dies. I sobbed. It was I watched the last season of 13 Reasons Why when I lived in the dorms with Eva, and I just remember her coming into the dorm and she was like, "Oh my gosh, Caitlin, are you okay? Like, why are you crying?" And I was like, "He just died." I was like just ugly crying, like snot coming from nose and everything. Like, oh, it was just a great scene. Like it was so sad, but it was so good. Um, but yeah, I just think he's beautiful. Uh, Great actor. I think he dated Sam Smith for a while, which is honestly such a slay. I don't know if he's straight, but well, I definitely know he's not straight. He's definitely at least bi or pan or I don't know, part of the LGBTQ slay. Um, but yeah, I think he's hot. Next is Adam Sandler. I feel like Tana and Brooke get behind this. In case you don't know the Tana and Brooke I'm referring to, I would be referring to Tana Mojo and Brooke Schofield from the Canceled podcast. Love them dearly. So excited to see them next month on tour. But love Adam Sandler. He's hilarious. Him in his 20s, just that man is gorgeous. And he's just the style and how much he doesn't care is like hot. It adds to his hotness. Another one didn't load, which is really annoying. I don't know why these pictures aren't loading. Jeremy Allen White. I think all the girls got it when they saw the Calvin Klein commercial. Yeah, he just really did us up with that one. Slayed it, ate it. I'd been, I was a fan of him since Shameless, so like the girlies just should have gotten it sooner. I've been saying he's cutie. He's a cutie. Also loved him in The Bear. Great actor. I think he just got like 2 Golden Globes a couple months ago, which is such a slay. He deserves it. He was amazing in that. But yeah, he is Gorgina. Next, Matthew Gray Gubler. If you have seen, why am I blanking now? Criminal Minds, you should understand what I'm saying. The man's a genius. He's beautiful. He's funny. He goes on a tour around the country. This is not in the show. He's touring the country, giving out his little book for free. I want to meet him so bad. He seems so nice and down to earth. I want to give him a hug. I feel like if I hugged the man, it would cure every problem I've ever had in the entirety of my life. But he's hot. He's cute. He's adorable. He's like pinchable, like little cheeks. I feel like he's just the definition of like hot, cute, like he can do it all, you know? He's hot, he's cute, he's sexy in like a funny way. Also love that he's friends with Aubrey Plaza. I kind of want them to date because I feel like their like type of humor is the same, and it would be like such a fun little bit to watch them interact. It would give like a little bit weirder, kind of darker, like Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds. But yeah, next. Oh, is this the end? No, there's one more. Did it cut it out of my presentation? Hold on, guys. It cut it out. Well, my last one that somehow got cut from the presentation was Drew Starkey from the one, the only. I really thought the lead up to that was going to help me remember the name of the show. Oh goodness, what is it? How am I drawing a blank at this? The summer show with they're like treasure hunting. Holy moly. Why am I drawing such a blank? Okay, I have to look it up. Drew Starkey. What is it? Outer Banks. I don't know why it took me so long to remember that. Outer Banks is the last one. I mean, I think you would be crazy not to think he is attractive because he's triple tied as number one celebrity, quadruple tied as number one celebrity crush with Miles Teller, Matthew Gray Gubler, and Jacob Elordi. But oh, just him in the Outer Banks, he really ate with it. And I know he kind of plays a psychopath, but it's like a hot psychopath, you know? And I'm a good sucker for like a hot psycho. Like obviously not in real life, but like I love watching it on TV. And he eats it up with all the looks, the shaved head, the long hair, the blonde, the brunette. Anyway, he looks good. He just slays 24/7. And I think that concludes the celebrities, my celebrity crushes that make my coworkers question my taste in men. However, I think I kind of slayed with those. I feel like they're all really attractive. But yeah, that's also just my own personal opinion. You don't have to agree with it, which is the great thing about opinions. You can listen, you can agree, you can disagree, you can have no opinion, whatever your little heart desires. But what has happened since the last podcast? I went on a double date last Friday. Had a blast. I think he's a cutie. He also went to Western, which I thought was really fun. I really liked that. It was like just one thing we automatically had in common. So I met him the night before. I met him Thursday night at a bar me and Michaela go to called Coyote Joe's. It's like a line dancing bar. And then like Michaela knew his friend via Hinge. And so he was like, do you guys want to do like a double date tomorrow at Diamondback? And we were like, sure. So much fun. Um, I mean, he's a little bit of like a goofball, like odd, and he kind of gave like drinks a little bit too much, if you know what I mean. But then he seemed really nice, super respectful, bought me a drink. But I learned Saturday morning via Michaela's friend. Um, she texted Michaela, thankfully. I'm not going to say her name because I don't know how she would feel about that. And I don't want to say her name if she wouldn't want me to, since I don't know her that well. But thank you for telling Michaela. Apparently, he was following around her and her friend around the bar we were at when he was really, really drunk, um, because he was upset that he was rejected. And then he proceeded to throw a little man tantrum, and threw his hat on the ground. And it was a whole thing. He was kind of harassing, stalking them, and giving has major anger issues. So obviously, I have not texted him since then because I'm not trying to date a man with anger issues. I have enough drama in my life. I don't need a guy that has issues with alcohol, anger issues, and might be a little bit of a stalker. And I don't know if that's true. It's all hearsay, but like, I really don't think she would make that up or exaggerate. I really think she was just trying to look out for me. And I'm a girl's girl. I'm going to take her word for it. I don't need to see if he is, test the waters, see if he's a stalker. No. Then Saturday was house crawl. Danielle picked me up and we drove up. Me and Amber were going to wear shirts that said locally hated, but then we ran into lots and lots and lots and lots of technical difficulties, which was really upsetting and annoying. So we didn't end up wearing those shirts, but it was a bunch of fun. Ran into good old ex's brother. Shout out Chase. He goes, "You're so much like a sister to me." And I was like, "Yeah, I am. I feel like I am. Like, we just goof around, kind of." I don't know. Um, I don't really see him that much. I've seen him like, probably met him like 10, no, not even 10 times. Like 6 or 7 maybe over the course of the past like year and a half since I met him at the bar or whenever I met him. I don't know. But I bit him for the bit of it. I'll insert a video. I thought it was really funny. He goes, "It's kind of giving like grabbing someone's shirt and telling them like it smells good and then kissing them." And I was like, LOL, I have done that. Little did he know. That's how I snagged my first kiss. It was a little different. I told him he had something on his shirt, but same ploy. But we're not going to get into that. Anyways, house call was a ball of fun. Got to catch up with a lot of people. I saw Katie and Faith, and it was so good to see them. I haven't seen them in forever, and I love seeing Katie. Faith, I like personally, technically don't know that well, but like we have each other on socials, and I'm on her private. She's on my private story on Snap, and we're friends on TikTok. So I feel like consume a lot of. I feel like we consume a lot of each other's content and kind of feel like we're better friends than we are because of that. She's also recently, her and Katie are getting into the gym, and I love to see girls getting into their gym eras. I just feel like it's one of those like girls getting into their like self-help eras, and I always love to see it. I always think that's fun. But house crawl was a blast. So good to see Bea. Me and her yapped up a freaking storm. Holy moly, we were yapping for probably like an hour and a half straight. I remember we started talking, and then Amber was still outside with like the neighbors, and she was like, "Okay, I'm going to get food with the neighbors." We're like, "Okay, have fun." Gets food with the neighbors and comes back, and we're still yapping, have not moved positions at all. Missed Bea so much. Love her dearly. Her dog is such a cutie pazootie. Met a couple of her friends, Gabby and something else with a G. I kind of forgot, and I apologize to whoever her name is. But they're both sweethearts. Loved them. Then me and Amber went to the bar with, who did we go with? We went with Amber's guy friends, Moon and MJ, and I can't remember her neighbor's name. There were two other ones that I forgot. So we are back. Sorry for that. I had to free up some storage on my recording phone because I had like 4 hours of other podcasts that I hadn't deleted yet, even though they're uploaded onto YouTube. So I needed to take care of that. I don't know why the angle's still weird. But back to what I was saying, we went to the bar with Amber's friends, danced up a storm, saw some people I don't like, saw some people I do love. Then next morning I went to church with Amber. Wow, I can't talk. I was thinking Amber, trying to say Eva. Went to church with wow, it really is 1:45 a.m. Went to church with Eva and Lucas. It was really good to see them. Then we went to East Egg for a little post-church brunch. It was delicious, even though we didn't eat the food that I ate on the way home. And before church, me and Amber did a recap of the previous day. You know, you gotta have those morning recaps. And then we headed out. We headed back home. Me and Danielle headed back home and dropped me off. And then a few hours later, we ended up meeting up with Michaela, or not Michaela. I don't know what I'm even on today. Ended up meeting up with Elise, Danielle again, John, Elise's boyfriend, hopefully soon to be fiance. Other John, Joel's girlfriend Katie. I want to say Griffin was another one of the guys, and I cannot remember the last guy's name. But they were all super nice. We tried Top Golf. Me and Danielle had never played before. I think we're a couple of the only people that had never played before. And first round, we won. My first hit, 10 points, the most points anyone had gotten in that game. So I kind of slayed. I mean, I did go downhill after that because it can't be like a perfect swing. But it was a lot of fun. Definitely won't be the last time I'm playing Top Golf. Yeah, I haven't really done much. It's Monday. That was yesterday. Today I worked. I worked late because I had a ton of emails. And then I needed to stay late so I could finish sending out all the compliance training to all of our stores before I left work today. But yeah, the weather's been gorgeous. I've been loving it. I think that will be all for tonight due to the fact it's almost 2 in the morning and I need to go to bed for work tomorrow. And I'm already feeling sick. But thanks for tuning in. As always, don't forget to like, subscribe, follow me on Spotify at Little Miss 20 something. I'm so sorry. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. I believe it's Caitlin's Life 5711. Let me double check that right now. It is 7511. Don't forget to follow on YouTube at 7511. Caitlin's Life 7511. Sorry, there we go. This will all be linked below. I will put it in the video. Like and subscribe. Follow on Instagram. I just posted today, actually, photos from the last 2 raves me and Michaela have been to at the rave bar. Insta is Caitlin, CAITLIN _S 842. We also have the Little Miss 20 something Instagram, Little Miss 20 something with, I believe, 3 G's. You can also just look it up through my Instagram. But like and subscribe on all platforms, follow, comment, let me know what you want more of, what you don't like. Um, he doesn't know this yet, but I'm going to try and get the ex on the pod for the bit of it. I think it'd be really, really funny because we're like friends. But yeah, got a great podcast with Tori coming up soon. Super excited. It's going to be my 20th episode I'm going to do with her. I'm so excited. I think you guys are going to love it. I have the biggest story time I've ever had. Like, this is, I think, the craziest thing that's ever happened to me in my entire life. Will be being dropped on episode 20. I'm so, so, so excited. I think it's going to be so much fun to kind of recap. I mean, it was a crazy experience, but looking back on it, it's like crazy and like I can laugh at it now. But got lots of good stuff. I'm going to try and get Luke on the podcast. And I think we might do like a little spicy challenge for the YouTube channel as well. Because that was my first YouTube video I ever filmed, was with him. It was a spicy challenge filmed in the gym of my church before youth group. But again, thanks for watching. Don't forget to tune in next time. Hit like, subscribe, follow, do all those things. Hope you have a great day. Thank you for tuning in.